Welcome to the Grander Plan. We got with us the two mainstays of the organization, the guys that are spit, polish, and glue that make it run. It's always a delight to welcome them with us. We have the famous Don Halterman, who is the Director of Music for the Grander Plan and Grander Music.
Thank you, Mike.
And we have the guy who I always like to call the CEO, but really he's the Director of Operations, John Nixon, with us. John, you get the first question. Since the last time we saw you, you have been very busy.
We have.
There's
we really
singles
have.
out there. There's a rescheduling of a concert with Judy. There's all kind of stuff coming. The Our Father's getting some hits. You're getting ready to release Black Cat at Halloween time, man. Have you got enough to do?
Well, it seems like we're overwhelmed with a lot of things to do, and it's tough trying to keep up with it, but we have been busy. That's very true. We've getting super responses on those songs with the Lord's Prayer and with Who I Am.
Yep.
And we have the concert that Judy was going to be doing at Oral Roberts University in November. So we've been working hard on that too.
Yeah, and she's doing at least, what, 12 or 13 of your songs?
Of songs, right now I'm arranging a lot of them, and so it's been a lot of work. We've been doing a lot of studio time getting that thing ready for the concert, which is a big event. It's a 40-year anniversary of her graduate, and her class is very successful musicians, so we have to really dot all the I's and cross the T's on this for sure.
Have you thought about streaming it live on YouTube?
They have it's a whole production out there. It's all Oral Roberts tied in. So we're hoping that we can find out how that's going to be done and everything. But it is exciting. And she's having a big choir with a lot of her songs. So we're doing a lot of arranging and getting things ready. And it should be a really powerful concert, though. Really,
Are you all going to fly out?
I don't know yet. It's to be determined, I guess. We're trying to figure out what logistics is going to work and everything. But we are excited about just being able to get our songs out there and published and things that are that Judy obviously wrote and we arranged for her. So it's an exciting time for her and for Grander Music.
Well, if nothing else, we want to see some excerpts here on the Grander Plan, right?
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Our Father, of course, Paul worked on that music video for that. Did that surprise you, how many hits it's gotten?
It did and it didn't. Just because of the nature of the song, it's more of a religious type of song, with worship song. That wasn't the surprising factor. I mean, the surprising factor was how quickly it happened. It happened within a week, and we were like up in the thousands of hits.
Yeah, it's beautifully rendered. She did a lovely job with that.
She did.
And Molly's going to be the one that is connected with Black Cat when you release that at Halloween. When you say release, what are you going to do? How can people get copies?
So we premiered this song last year at our concert, and we are getting this ready because it's kind of a Halloweenish type of song, and we've got it mastered now, and we're going to turn it over to the folks that actually put it out for us onto all the social media streaming platforms. We'll have it also for sale as far as the music itself is concerned.
Well, and I would think that it's going to do particularly well around the Halloween time.
We hope it will. We're also looking at possibly including it in an EP to be released as well. She has a few other songs that she performed at that concert, and we're kind of gonna combine them into an EP. But definitely, Black Cat will be out by Halloween.
Yeah, well, we'll look forward to hearing that. If we want to, other than just, of course, on Spotify and all those other social media resources, we can always get copies on your website, right?
Absolutely. You can order some of the songs that we present on our website, and then those will give you an actual hard CD that's going to have those songs on it.
So the next big thing that's coming up, of course, is the book. The book. You all want to talk about the book?
The book.
And conceivably what might happen with that book?
So one of our artists has recorded some songs, and this is going to be a children's book. And it's going to be, the first one that's going to be coming out is going to be related to bath time. And we have 4 songs that we have targeted for that particular book. We're looking for illustrators, so if anybody that has a inkling to provide some kind of illustration for children's books, we're more than welcome to have a discussion with them.
Yeah, and as it's published, and of course it will have the accompanying songs that go with bath time.
Correct.
to show the child that it's a fun time and it's a time that should be embraced and not run from.
Right. We have 4 different songs, then there are going to be 4 different genres, and one of them that is going to be featured is more of a reggae type of song that's called In the Tub, and that one should be pretty popular, along with the other 3 as well.
You know, Don, it's somewhat ironic. When we're younger, we don't want to go to bed.
Right.
When we get older, we can't wait to get in bed and get some shut-eye.
Right, especially
So-
afternoon naps. That's what I would have to do as a kid.
yeah.
and then
Oh yeah. Yeah. Nobody like that. And then when they make it in kindergarten, when they make everybody lie down on cots
Right.
or on the floors,
The
I
old
mean,
mat,
that
right.
was worthless.
Yeah,
Worthless.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I can see a book coming up that would have something to do with bedtime and nap time.
We have some songs with that too. And the approach we're trying is trying to make the music more of in a genre, like a rock type song, like a reggae type song, like maybe a country song, just to get some true variety. Because a lot of the songs you hear in children time is very just kind of, I would call it very mellow. It's just kind of sort of the same vanilla type. And this adds a little bit of spice to it maybe. And just maybe the kids can connect a little bit more with the beats and the different rhythms and things.
You know, it's really interesting how children sometimes will run in your room and they will have had a bad dream and they don't understand what that is, that it's some kind of the subconscious at play or whatever. But they also have, the ones you don't hear about are the fun dreams, and they have a lot of dreams that are somewhat rejuvenating. So that whole approach to Dreamland, when you're doing that book, would be fun, I would think.
That's a great idea, because we actually have a song that's kind of an African rhythm song that would be very cool, kind of like the opening in Lion King, kind of that bounciness that has that percussion, and something like a fun dream would fit with that genre, I think, very well. So.
Okay, so Dr. Martin Luther King, you got something coming up with that, right?
Yes, we do. Don created a song that was inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King, and we're going to be in the process of recording that and releasing that probably around that particular holiday next year.
Have you thought about who among your recording artists might do that?
We haven't signed her yet, but we're looking at Jade, who has recorded some songs for Judys Concert as well. So hopefully that'll work out.
Yeah, Jade's very well known in the theater area around here. She does a lot of performances. Kennedy Center, Ford's Theater, Signature, Keegan. Great voice, and her mom and her aunt are both very well-known singers as well. My goal is to maybe see if we could maybe look at having all of those 3 just do it, which would be very powerful, and maybe film some of it around the Martin Luther King Memorial downtown.
Yeah.
So exciting opportunity. We'll just see where it goes and where it might head, but really excited. I've had this song I wrote it 2 Martin Luther King days ago. I was just sitting listening, I just felt inspired to write something from his words and everything. It's called Truly Free, and just looking for the right voices. And then believe me, if Jade and her mom and her aunt were there, that would be the right voices.
Yeah.
Great.
If you decide to shoot in DC, you know you need permits.
Yes.
And you can't just go down there the day before. You got to go out 30, 45 days out to get that permit. Oh, absolutely. You can't just take a camera down in DC. Oh, no.
What happens if you do?
The policeman's going to ask you to move and to take it up. Now, you can take a camera handheld and shoot, but when you put 6 on the ground, you need a permit.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Good to know.
but Paul's got small cameras. He could probably take care of that for you. And just to let you know, there's drone footage of that memorial online for purchase.
Very good.
And that's
We
beautiful.
learn something in every show,
Every
don't we?
That's
show we learn
beautiful
something, that's
stuff.
true.
Yeah.
Go ask Mike.
I think
this.
there's drone footage of almost every memorial now, which is kind of cool.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a cool time, and I know there's been other songs, but this to me is near and dear to my heart, and I would just love to hear it done how I envisioned it, which would be kind of a really blessing for me as well.
Okay, so I want to see another concert like the State Theater. You guys must be putting something together, or at least thinking of something down the road. Judys Concert moved out to Oral Roberts University. That was going to be a big one at Lee Center.
Right.
What's the next possible offing in spring?
Well, right now we're trying to get some of our artists established. And we found that some of the concerts, with the concerts that we've done so far, we were getting a lot of family and friends was the majority of the attendance. So what we want to do is we want to get some of these artists established with their songs on streaming media and getting some CD sales done and build up some type of a fan base for them so that we can draw on more than just fans, friends and family for these concerts. We have Nick, who we have songs already targeted for his. It's going to be an LP, I would imagine.
It is.
right?
It's a 10-song LP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So we've got it targeted. We just have to get everything mastered and then get it out there so that he can build up his fan base. He has a terrific fan base that's up in New York
Right.
because that's where he lives. But
Right, and that's one of the possibilities. Just do a couple of the big clubs up there in New
Right.
York. He has some connections that might work for that. So that's exciting from that end. And you're right. We'd love that. There's a lot of venues. There's a couple more venues like the State that we'd love to approach once this music gets out and just have a big, same kind of a thing we did at the State Theater where we could showcase a number of our artists and maybe.
They all have these singles out,
Right.
and as they're beginning to sort of propagate the airwaves, now all of a sudden you're bringing all these hit singers and songs in
Right.
to a concert. That would
Right.
definitely get attendance.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe even something for like a summer concert series next year.
Out in the park.
Yeah, out in the
Yep.
park.
Something in the park would be really nice.
I love that kind of thing, Jeff.
Yeah,
Very
Fort
good.
Ward Park, Alexandria, Virginia.
Really good.
Perfect place.
I know exactly where that's at.
It's a perfect little outdoor venue. Yeah, it really is. Well, gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. There's so much going on, but let's just hit that website one last time. And on that website, we can get copies of these singles. In addition to that, other CDs, things you've done.
Correct. Music scores.
Yeah, music scores. We can also get an update, some kind of a newsletter update on there of what you're up to, how to get in contact with different people. And if someone wants
These
to...
interviews.
Yeah, and these interviews, and if
interviews are on
someone
there,
wants to
The grander
illustrate the book that you're
Right.
talking about
Right.
for bath time and bedtime,
Yep.
then
Absolutely.
they can get in contact with
Because
you
we
all.
found, we found out also that once you have one book established and you get that out there, then you need to be working on the second one right away. So the bedtime book is a great follow-up to that as well.
Right.
And of course, the all-time great one, Potty Time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There are a lot of potty.
A lot of potty time.
Oh,
books.
you did tell me that.
Yes.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot on those first two subjects,
No.
but there's a lot on that
There's
one.
a lot on potty time.
That seems to be the real nemesis of parents, right?
Yes,
Yes,
true.
I think
yes.
that's universal.
Some
yes.
just throw up their hands and then
Yes,
it miraculously
very
happens, right?
frustrating.
Well,
That's
you
when it
two know,
happens.
you raise kids.
Yep,
Yes, we did.
absolutely.
All right, well, here we've been on Grander Time with Grander Music, and Don and John, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and get in touch with all these folks and buy some of these CDs. Keep them going. They got some great stuff going on. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.